Hi students, this is Miss Andrist and happy Math Monday. Today we're going to play another math game, and this math game is called High Roller. This is another game for practicing our multiplication. So for this game, you're going to need your High Roller recording sheet. It looks like this, and you'll need probably a marker or a pen so that you can record your answers, and you also need some dice. I put my sheet in a sheet protector, that way I can write on it and then I can erase it, and then I can use this same sheet a whole bunch of times so I don't have to print a bunch out from the printer. Okay, let's get started with the game. So player one, let's say it's me. I take my dice and I roll my dice, and I got a 5 and I got a 1. So I'm going to take what is the higher number. 5 is the bigger number, so I'm going to keep the 5 because I'm trying to get the biggest number possible. And then I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take my second number. I'm going to roll it again, see if I can get something higher. Ooh, and I did. I got a 6. So now I have 5 and 6, so I multiply them together. 5 times 6 is, that's right, it's 30. So I'm player one, and I record on my sheet that I got 30. Okay, now it's your turn. You are player two. So you take the dice and you roll it, and you got a 5 and a 2. So your higher number is the 5. You're going to keep that one because you want to be the high roller. Then you're going to take your other one, and you can either keep this number or you can roll again and risk it and try and get a higher number. Because it's such a little number, this is your turn. You're going to risk it. It worked out for you. You got a 6. So now you also have a 5 and a 6. Well, 5 times 6 is, that's right, 30. So we're going to record that for you. So now I have 30 and you have 30. So far we are tied. Okay, it's my turn again. I'm going to take my dice and I'm going to roll, and I got a 5 and a 3. So my higher number is the 5. So I keep the higher number, 5, and the other one, I can either keep the 3 or I can roll again and risk it. I roll again because I want something higher, and I'm pretty sure I can get something, and I did. I got a 5. So now I have 5 times 5, which is, that's right, 5 times 5 is 25. So now I have 30 and 25. It's your turn now. Let's see what you get. Okay, you roll the dice and you get a 5 and a 1. So you're going to keep your 5 because that's the high number. And because 1 is so little, you're going to roll again and risk it. If you had a 6, maybe you'd be like, no, I'll keep the 6. But because it's a 1, go ahead, risk it. And it worked out for you. You now have a 5 and a 3, and 5 times 3 is 15. So now I have 30 and 25. You have 30 and 15, and now we add it up. I add mine up, and I get 55 as my total when I add the 2 up. And you add it up, and you get 45. You were close, but I'm the high roller. So in this round, I win. Okay, now we were playing this game in our Zoom daily meetup today, and a lot of people don't have dice at home. Okay, so if you don't have dice at home, let me show you how to play with cards. So I took a deck of cards and I took out all of the jacks and kings and queens and jokers. So now I only have numbers left because I'm just going to play with numbers, okay? So if you're playing with a deck of cards instead, this is how you play. Let's play another round. So I'll be player one, I'll go again. So I'm going to draw off the top of the deck 2 cards. The 2 cards are 5 and 4. So I'm going to keep the 5 because the 5 is the higher card. Now the 4, I can either keep it or I can discard it, draw again, see if I get something higher. I think I'll risk it. I'm going to get rid of this card, and from the top of the pile, I'm going to draw another card, and it worked out for me. I have a 5 and a 10. 5 times 10 is, that's right, it's 50. So now I have 50. Okay, now it's your turn. You draw 2 cards off the top of the deck and you got a 4 and a 3. So you keep your highest card, and this one you can either keep it or you can discard and risk it. I think you're gonna discard and risk it because 3 is such a little number. Ah, it worked out for you too. So you got 10 and 4. 10 times 4 is, that's right, it's 40. So now I have 50 and you have 40. Let's try another one. It's my turn now. I picked 2 cards. I got 2 and 2. Okay, well, I have to keep one of the 2s. The other one, I'm going to discard and risk it. Hopefully I get something bigger. Yes, I did. 10 times 2 is 20. So that's 20 for me. So now I have 50 and 20. Let's do you. Okay, so you had a 6 and then you drew another one and you got a 3. Okay, well, 6 times 3 is 18. So you're going to write down 18. So I have 50 and 20. You have 40 and 18. And we now add them up. I have 70 and you have 58. So again, I was the high roller and I'm the winner. Okay, so you're 5th graders. So you might be playing this game and be ready for a little challenge, because in 5th grade, we learned about the order of operations. We learned that if you have a bunch of different operations, like you're adding and you're multiplying and then you're dividing, if everybody does it in a different order, we might all end up with different answers. So mathematicians have come up with an order, and if you do it in this order, then everybody will get the same answer. So that's what we do. We remember order of operations with this, PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. You can remember a little story like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That could help us remember the order too. But this is what it means. The P stands for parentheses. So whatever's in parentheses or brackets or whiskers, we do that first. Then we look for exponents. If there's an exponent, like number to the power of 10, we do that next. Then if there's multiplication, we do that. If there's division, we do that next. Then after that, we look for addition. And finally, at the very end, then we do the subtraction. I guess instead of writing an S, I could write subtraction. Okay, subtraction. So that's the order we're going to do things in. So let's take our game, for example. Instead of writing our game answers on the scoreboard like this, we can turn all of this into equations and we can practice writing our own equations. So let's take the first game as an example. So in the first game, I rolled a 5 and then I rolled a 6. And the operation I did was 5 times 6. Then in my second round, I rolled a 5 and a 5. So I did a 5 times 5. Then at the very end, I added it up. So my operation or my equation would then be 5 times 6 plus 5 times 5. And when I go to solve it, I have put parentheses around the 5 and the 6 and the 5 and the 5 because that's what I have to do first. I do my multiplication first in this case. So 5 times 6 is 30 and 5 times 5 is 25. And then I see now I took care of everything that was in parentheses. I can move on to exponents, but in my problem, there are no exponents, so I skip it. I already did the multiplication, which was in the exponents. There's no division, so I can skip that. But there is addition, so now I can do the addition. So my addition is 30 plus 25, and I get 55. So my answer was 55. Okay, now it's your turn. So in your scores, it was these ones right here. You rolled a 5, then you rolled a 6. So you did 5 times 6. So I put that in parentheses. Then you rolled a 3 and a 5. So 3 times 5 is what I put next in parentheses. And then at the very end, we added them up. So this is the equation that we would write for that game. So if we follow the rules of PEMDAS, I do what's in the parentheses first. So I look at my parentheses and I say 5 times 6 is 30, and 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, then I look for exponents. There aren't any. I look for multiplication. There's no additional multiplication. There was multiplication inside the parentheses, but that's done now. There's no division, but there is addition. So I do addition next. 30 plus 15 is 45. So you got 55 and I got 55 and you got 45. So I was the high roller in that game. All right. So I hope you enjoy that game, practicing your multiplication, playing high roller, practicing your orders of operation, and practicing writing and solving equations. Good luck with all of that, and I'll see you back here next Monday for more math. All right, bye.